Now, this is quite a discovery. Fragments of a biblical scroll.
Police in Turkey have recovered a Bible thought to be 1,000 years old.
Buried in the annals of time, there is a magical and mysterious writing that has emerged from the dark, and people's hearts tremble. This 3,000-year-old Bible, once banned in God's sake buried in the darkness, is pregnant with information that radically transforms our view of ourselves. The more scholars and historians decode its enigmatic inscriptions, one disturbing truth about people is revealed, which shatters all previous opinions. What is this chilling secret that the community has managed to hide for thousands of years? Christians have for many years participated in the stories found in the Holy Bible through hearing and reading. This collection of religious laws in the form of the Old and New Testament contains accounts that affirm Jesus' life and ministry. Despite some details and narratives differences between the texts and authors, the tendencies converge to confirm Jesus' historicity. However, a 2,000-year-old Bible that claims to be owned by Saint Barnabas, an associate of Apostle Paul, dismisses conventional understanding of the Church, especially on the crucifixion of Jesus. This is an historical document which was discovered while an attempt was made to transport along with other products, some of which were considered valuable. Every page is tanned from animal skin and has script and handwriting that is so precise that it cannot be easily imitated. This Imbrician book was written in Syriac, an orally native Aramaic language apparently spoken by Jesus, and is worth $20 million. Experts studied the relic and concluded that it is between 1,500 and 2,000 years old and may even belong to an older period. It has been said that the contents within its pages baffle the expectancy and propositions another very different world that maps out the historical and religious myths in a different manner, inspiring scholars and believers at the same time. However, the Gospel of Barnabas is a shocker to the standards norms. It deviates from what is considered factual about the crucifixion of Jesus. Instead, it alleges that rather than Jesus did face the cross, and that Judas, in fact, faced death, Jesus rose to heaven while being alive. Also, it subverts the Christian paradigm by presenting Jesus not as Son of God but as a prophet who has been commissioned to speak the divine discourse. It also vilifies Apostle Paul as an impostor, which leaves the scholarly worlds of biblical scholars and historians perplexed. Due to this disparity, it has led to many people raising eyebrows as to whether the Gospel of Barnabas is an original work that came from Saint Barnabas or Apostle Paul. Scholars have asked themselves whether this kind of exclusion of details from this Gospel was deliberate. When the New Testament was being compiled, critics of the organization charged with compiling the Bible alleged that the council wanted more of the canonical scriptures while giving out a raw deal to the texts that were potentially explosive with the likes of the Gospel of Barnabas. Consequently, contributing to the intrigue, some scholars have claimed that it is due to the non-existence of the depictions of his death in the Bible as to why this particular gospel was excluded. Incredibly, he is one of the few saints, the destiny of whom is not described anywhere in the given sections of the canon. This mysterious book has garnered much interest among scholars globally. The Vatican has had to look into it. The Gospel of Barnabas is a text that raises controversies and offers a discussion on the perceived truths regarding the history of the biblical period. Due to developments in the field of science and archaeology, and after the evaluation of authentic forensic methods, scholars can affirmatively state that the Bible did not evolve from fiction. Regarding demonic possession, when people claim their actions are possessed by a demon or spirit, it implies that they acted under compulsion to do something they did not intend to do. Among those who reported the signs of possession, the symptoms reported are, for instance, memory loss, invasion of the self, and voices. In the domain of evil spirits, Valak has stepped forward, depicted in some of the films and originated from the 17th century materials. While Valak in the movie looks like a nun, in the Lesser Key of Solomon, this spirit is much more powerful. It can have several snakes to perform various tasks. Vatican and Anglican priests do believe there is an issue with demon possession in today's society, but they do not approve the misuse for personal gains. Like other religions, The Catholic Church differentiates possession into numerous types, one of which is obsession, in which the persons harbor unreasonable impulse, compelling thoughts, and suicidal streaks. Possession is another common phenomenon referring to infestations where demons decide to occupy an item, an animal, or a house. Subjection is the phenomenon where a person makes voluntary surrender of his or her free will. Symptoms of possession are not only peculiar, such as the strength of an Iron Man, but also unusual, such as speaking in tongues and information that one cannot possibly know. Doctrine also points out that there are cases where manifestations can be similar to the psychiatric disorders, and this is not advisable. In order to treat possession, there are exorcisms allowed, which are strictly regulated by numerous guidelines and could be held only under the bishop's leadership. Enoch is undoubtedly a captivating figure in biblical tales. Not only was he Adam's great-great-great-great-grandson, but he also stood as the great-grandfather of none other than Noah himself. Enoch led a life of profound holiness and unwavering faith, dedicated entirely to the divine. Beyond his illustrious ancestry, Enoch also took on the role of Methuselah's father, a name echoing through biblical history for holding the record of the longest lifespan mentioned in the sacred texts. Enoch's influence reverberated through the ages as he became the patriarch of many, leaving an indelible mark on the unfolding biblical narrative. What makes Enoch's story truly extraordinary is that, alongside Elijah, he stands as one of the Bible's select few who, rather remarkably, bypassed the usual course of death and, instead, were seemingly spirited away directly to heaven. Enoch's tale, interwoven with longevity, lineage, and a celestial departure, adds a layer of mystique to the grand fabric of biblical storytelling. Delving into the charisma of Enoch, an intriguing figure etched in the Genesis narrative. In the 24th verse of Genesis 5, a cryptic event unfolds as God takes him away after a remarkable 356 years on earth. This enigmatic departure mirrors the divine act witnessed by Elijah the prophet, adding an ethereal touch to Enoch's story. Enoch's life unfolds as a tapestry woven with unwavering faith, setting him apart as a figure held in divine favor. God's extraordinary affection for Enoch transcends the ordinary course of mortality, sparing him the throes of death, a rare and remarkable grace extended to vary. Beyond the biblical script, Enoch's influence echoes through Jewish and Christian traditions. How do you feel about this mysterious Bible that dates back 3,000 years? Tell us in the comments section below.